Welcome, my fellow fume heads, and thanks for tuning in to my thoughts on Coromandel by Chanel. And in this video, I will be talking about the Eau de Toilette and the Eau de Parfum because I have some things to say about that. For sure, a little bit of a rant will happen sometime in this video. But as for the scent itself, I can see why it's getting a 4.5 on Fragrantica, and I can see why when you talk about this scent, so many people out there sing praises of it. What a fantastic, complex gem that deserves respect for sure. And I can totally agree with why this scent gets so much love. But one thing that kind of puzzles me is everybody knows this scent for its patchouli, its white chocolate, its incense. And sure, that is going on in here and it's great, but there is so much more going on in this scent that makes it what it is besides those three things. Those three things are super fantastic. This scent is balsamic. It's woody and spicy. It's rich with a bit of a dryness to it, and I love the way the patchouli is done in this scent, but it's made a little bit more heady, a little bit more rich with the amber portion of this scent. The benzoin and the vanilla come together to create that white chocolate at times throughout the life of the scent, but it also creates like a resinous, ambery kind of feel throughout this scent as well. Now, a big player in this scent that I don't really hear talked about that much, and I don't get why, is the musk, because there is most certainly this animalic vibe that runs through this scent. And I'm not talking about a soapy clean musk. I'm talking about a musk that truly delivers on its animalic nature. It has this like skin-like Band-Aid, leathery type feel that flows all the way through the scent, but definitely more prevalent at the top. And there's also spices in here that I don't hear talked about that much at all either, like cloves at the top. I get cloves at the top of the scent, and more so when the scent is drying down, I pick up on cinnamon. Now, where this scent kind of loses me a little bit is in the heart, because then it becomes more of a floral oriental. The jasmine, it doesn't listen, does it? It starts showing its face more in the heart of this, but it doesn't get too loud. Just a little bit too loud for me, but I'm still enjoying this scent in the heart. And when it gets down to the base of this scent, that's where more of like a rich ambery feel starts to come out, but there still is a bit of dryness there with that rich ambery feel at the end of this. But I dig it because at the end of this, like I said, I'm getting that cinnamon with that ambery feel, so it's still spicy at the end, A couple of people actually commented on this scent, telling me that I smelled like potpourri. And I can see that, with the cloves and the cinnamon, the patchouli, and all of that going on in this scent. And I also had another lady smell me, and she said, you smell like, a guy that's wearing those really pointy shoes, and he's dressed in, these fancy pants, just like a real Rico Suave kind of guy. I don't know if that was a good thing or not. Kind of sounded like it, I guess. But for me, Coromandel starts out very unisex, gets a little bit feminine towards the middle, and winds up being unisex again at the end. Another thing I forgot to mention is the incense flowing through this. The incense adds a bit of dryness with that richness that's going on in the scent. So yeah, do I love incense? Hell yeah. So I love the way it's flowing through this rich blend. And the top of the scent. I mentioned the musk in here, and I mentioned the cloves and the richness. And it bears a little bit of similarity to me, or my mind goes back to Musk Revageur. It reminds me a little bit of that scent as well. But definitely loses that when it heads into the floral oriental heart and the dry down. Now we get into the rant part of this video. Let's talk about the Eau de Toilette and the Eau de Parfum. When this first came out, it was an Eau de Toilette. Nowadays, you find it as the Eau de Parfum. Well, I've got decants of both, and you can clearly see that the Eau de Toilette is much darker juice than the Eau de Parfum. Come on. Who do you think you're fooling? Not me. So it kind of almost leaves a bitter taste in my mouth, you know, that this prestigious company that so many people love, Chanel, it just kind of leaves this bitter taste in my mouth that, yeah, they're just another money-making machine pumping stuff out there trying to save a buck. And, you know, if you're going to put your passion into something like a scent, like you really love a scent like Coromandel and you speak highly of the house Chanel, Chanel can do no wrong. To me, it kind of seems like, why would you put so much of your passion into a company that likes to dupe its clientele? You know what I mean? I can understand. There are many different reasons that things like this could happen. Who knows? You know, the politics along the way and when fragrances change. I don't know. Chanel's a great house. There's been so many fantastic things that come out of it, for sure. And you gotta love the perfumers' work that put their energy and talents behind this, you know, and created this and put it together. But then it comes to probably the politics, the business people that work for a huge company like that, you know, the bean counters and how can we save a buck, and, you know, that kind of sucks. So for me, it's almost better to like put your faith and put your love into like an indie house, a house that's not going to try and dupe you, a house that's not going to try and reformulate stuff, a house that's going to keep making things the way that you like it. They have the passion. They became an indie house, a perfumer for a reason. One of them is to make money, yes, for sure. But another one is to showcase, you know, their love and their talent. And for me, it just seems that putting your like love and trust and honor and respect into a company would be much better suited for somebody like that. And obviously, let's talk about the performance of it. The Eau de Toilette is much bolder, much full-bodied than the Eau de Parfum. They're both excellent fragrances. They both last 8 hours plus. The Eau de Parfum gets quieter, gets drier at times. Sometimes it takes a little bit of your skin to warm up before it'll start jumping out again, whereas the Eau de Toilette, you know, stays fuller throughout its entire life, and it is a much better scent. Even though, you know, the Eau de Parfum is still great, you know, it's still definitely something to check out for sure. It does not capture the magic of the Eau de Toilette. Also, both of these are super potent. They are room fillers. A couple sprays will do you. You will get noticed. So that's great. So that's a little bit of my story of where this rant is coming from. You know, my discovery, taking Chanel's Coromandel for a journey, you know, and learning about the scent. Much respect was gained from the scent from me, but respect was also lost when it comes to like company standards and what they did with this scent. Just seems like a crime, man. Another crime. But I'm dying to hear what you guys think. Let me know. Have you experienced this yourself? If not, are you going to go out there and check it out? I certainly would. You know what I mean? And you'll see actually reviews of this out there where people are talking that they wish that they would bring the Eau de Toilette back because the Eau de Parfum just does not compare. It does a little bit. You get that Coromandel scent for sure, but yeah, just doesn't live up to the Eau de Toilette. But that's my thoughts. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure to share with me your scent of the day. Share with me your thoughts on this one too. And as always, take care, and we'll see you soon.